fill up. We're going to talk about this one way or another. Let's go. Let the room fill up, baby. Let it fill up. Let it fill up. Let's go. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. All right, Nation. My name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. And we're going to talk, right? That should be his new name, right? Because the guy signed pretty much from the news and the echoes of the airways. The guy signed a 10-year deal, right? That's a long time for your mind. And so far, the news is just being spilled out slowly. You know how this thing goes. They say it's a 10-year deal, $450 million, $140 million guaranteed. So what does this mean for other players? What does this mean as far as the markets? It means a lot. It means that now other teams are going to sit back and say, damn, we got to do the same type of contract, because what other people want? Everybody want the similar contract. Everybody want what somebody else is getting. Remember what I said a few weeks ago about the Jones effect, right? You want to do and keep up with the Joneses. You want to do what the other Joneses are doing. So these other players is out there. They're going to look back and say, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. If he got $450 million, I can at least get $350. What up? Holla at your boy. You know, my name is Deshaun Watson, you know. Or Dak Prescott may say, hey, you know what? You know, this 4-year situation and trying to get this TV deal, you know, that 6-year contract may not be that bad now since Pat Mahomes is getting his. Can I get somewhere in the likings of $280 million, you know, $300 million? You know, that's just how market work. That's how everything works as it relates to that. And when we look up Pat Mahomes, let's look at Spoke Track. They got all of his information here, majority of it, and they just put out there that Pat Mahomes signed a 10-year deal. So somewhere, one way or another, he signed something, right? He signed something, right? So he signed a 10-year deal somewhere, but we don't have all of the writings. We don't have all of the literature on it. But this was his market value. Let's click over to his market value. Let's see what he had over here as it relates to that. And a lot of people fail to realize $36.3 million was his market value. And I did an episode many a moons ago talking about nobody actually signed what their market value is. Everybody who signed always signed north of their market value, unless your name is Tom Brady. And Tom Brady always signed right below his market value, stretched out some money and said, hey, it's not about the money. I can always figure out what other ways to make money on the back end. I want to be able to make sure that I secure the people that's around me and make sure that I have the most weapons possible, because I'm on this mission. I'm on this situation to get 10 Super Bowls type of mission, you know. And so far it worked out for them. But not everybody is Tommy Brady. Let me repeat, not everybody is Tommy Brady. And not everybody married to Giselle, I believe. You know, he's married to a billionaire or something like that. She's some type of model or something like that. Not trying to count his paper, but not everybody's married to one of them, right? So he can fall back a little bit and say, nah, you know, I'll take less money so that we can secure a Super Bowl. Now, this Pat Mahomes, he came out earlier this year and said, hey, this is where I want to make my home. The Kansas City Chiefs is where I want to be at for the rest of my life. You know, just like the dude said, coming to America, I would cherish this for the rest of my life. So he said, I'm going to cherish playing for the Kansas City Chiefs for the rest of my life. So a 10-year deal, pretty much a 12-year deal because it's an extension. He's not a free agent. Let me pull up over here and look at this thing right here. According to the Spoke Track, I don't know why I call it Sports Track, but it sounds better, right? Spoke Track. If you scroll all the way down, it says this brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, will not be a free agent until the year 2032. Are you guys able to squint your eyes and see that? 2032. That's a long time from here. That is an extreme long time. And Pat Mahomes brings just about everything you can imagine. He can throw the rock. He can run. He can evade the pressure. He got weapons. He got a dog in number 10, the guy that can take the top off the defense, a legitimate running back that's in the backfield. Of course, a tight end will always be a quarterback best friend, and he got that too. So he got everything you can only imagine and want. Could make every throw. And in my time of watching football, the best throwers of the balls that I ever got a chance to witness was a Pat Mahomes, was a Aaron, bad man Rodgers. He can do just about all of those things. Can make every throw. Got a situation where they embrace him. And it do not take long. It do not take long at all for somebody to know she was on the market. It doesn't take you 4 to 5 years to say whether or not you're going to make that long-term commitment, right? You're going to say she's Beyonce. I'm going to go ahead and get on not one knees, but two knees. Oh, the reason why I bring up this, Cowboy Nation, is because of the fact that you do also, in the same breath, have reservations on people. And the Dallas Cowboys held their reservation on Rain Dakota Prescott for many of years, right? Meaning that now when you look at Dak Prescott and you flip everything over and you say to yourself, wait a minute, he's no Beyonce. No, he's not even Trina. Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott right now. He's pretty much right now is being looked at or frowned upon by a third or half of the Cowboy Nation. Let me know if I'm lying, huh? Let me know if I'm lying. Young Wilson, thank you so much for the donations to help elevate the nation. Really, really do appreciate you. And thank those that's tuning in on my Facebook channel, and as well as we are live on Twitch and we're live on YouTube and Periscope. Really appreciate you all for tuning in to this thing. So when we start talking about all together collectively, those two young quarterbacks, how the Dallas Cowboys will ever come out or figure out a way now to sign Dak Prescott. Now, news is out here. Go
Pat,
ahead.
Congrats on your bag. Now hope you can get a tackle and defense too. On top of that, in a time where we might not have a season, KC shot themselves in the foot.
Wow.
Too soon to tack on $450 million.
He says pretty much, and appreciate Young Wilson, man, one of the contributors of this channel and a major sponsor for this channel. Really appreciate you, Young Wilson. And he brings in this point right here. Pretty much, he's saying that, wow, when you think about what Kansas City Chiefs did, they kind of painted themselves in a corner. I think that the young Chris Jones, shout out to Chris Jones, shout out to Mississippi State, the young Chris Jones also came out and said, hey, pretty much on Twitter somewhere, he said, I'm not playing. I'm not playing until they pay me, basically. And there will not be no Chris Jones in a Kansas City Chiefs uniform until I get my remuneration, my paper, my money, my bag. And rightfully so, that's what players do. A lot of times people think that, hey, we are in this just for the Super Bowl. No. I'm in this thing to make sure that I get in the bread, making sure that when I put the butter on this particular bread, everybody in my family can eat. Now, the famous quote of Latrell Sprewell saying that I think at the time it was like $30 to $40 million. Y'all help me out. And he said he can't feed his family for that type of money. These players on any type of sport, whether it be MLB, whether it be NBA, whether it be hockey, whether it be soccer, whether it be the National Football League, they're about that bread. They're about that bread. Now, the common citizen or the common folks that work at Dollar General, Walmart, Payless, or what have you, or even work at the bank down the street, they looking at it like, man, these boys foolish. How much is too much money? They playing a sport that they love. Huh? Why they can't be satisfied with $500K, or why they can't be satisfied. Shout out to you, Hazel Brooks. Thank you so much for the donation to help grow this thing. Let the AI speak whenever she decide to, because we need to hear from the AI, right? You know, I hope the AI speak. This thing been off a little lately, but you know how this thing go. So I just want people to know that what my dog Young Wilson is saying is accurate. It's truth. Believe it or not, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. Now, over here, I'm going to read some of your comments, man. Shout out to you, Rush Turner. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all stop thinking what Dak waited for until July the 15th. It ain't here yet. This is from Jabari Edwards. I agree with you, Jabari. My thing is the market. Jay Versick, really appreciate it. There you go. Let's say something.
Don't worry, Philly Notion. Those half-head birds will still get that work. Hashtag Cowboy Nation.
I love the trash talking through the donation, letting the AI speak. All right, so what Versick said is, hey, don't worry. Y'all going to get that work. Don't worry. Don't rush it, because y'all are next. And he talking to the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to get that work. And the phone lines will be open so you guys can speak your mind a little bit later. But I want to say this again about Pat Mahomes and how much stress this put on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's look at some more of his highlights again. All right, so what I want people to know and understand, that even through the natural eyes, that we are able to see that this guy is next level good, right? Even though we see all of these things, right? What I want to do is pull the comparison analysis up. And I know I never did this before. I know that I never showed side by side a Dak Prescott compared to a Pat Mahomes. I never thought to do this. I did. I never, ever thought to do this until now. So you guys going to have to walk along with me, and we're going to look at this through the lenses of objectivity, right? And from the mouth of the Cowboys Nation, we're going to look at this thing and try to bring some type of transparent viewpoints of things, if you guys can follow me, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Pro Football Reference, and I'm going to post the link in the chat box so that you guys can follow me. This is pure just comparison analysis, right? So let me know if you guys see that in the description box. You should see Pat Mahomes or the link there or what have you. And you guys can type it in yourself so that we can be on the same page, okay? So this is Pro Football Reference, and they are a independent website, nonprofit, by the way, and you can make your donations to help grow the nation on their particular page and their website. Nevertheless, let's type in, we're doing this at the same time, right? And I hope you guys are able to squint your eyes to see. So I'm putting in Dak Prescott. We all know that he had a fabulous rookie year, right? We all can agree that he had a fabulous, wonderful, entertaining type of rookie year. So let's put it in favor of Pat Mahomes. Man, thank you so much for the donation to help grow the nation. Really appreciate you
It's
so
like
much.
GB when they paid our when have they gotten another ring? I'm waiting, lol.
Yeah. Thank you for the donation from Young Wilson. And Lord Nova.
Congrats on your new baby girl. Go Cowboys, fire.
Appreciate you so much, Lord Nova, for the donation. So what we're going to do is we're going to not include Dak Prescott first year, okay? We're just going to start from 2017. For those who out there watch Dak Prescott play in 2017, it was an ugly sight, right? And we're going to type in Pat Trick Mahomes. Here we go. Mahomes. And we're going to start from 2017 to 2019. So this will be all in favor of the young gun, Pat Mahomes. And what we're going to do by this is brought to you by Pro Football Reference. Please check out Pro Football Reference for player comparisons and analysis. All right, so you guys are able to see what I'm seeing, right? All right, so pretty much Dak Prescott to Pat Mahomes. The favoring is still in Dak Prescott because Pat Mahomes don't have a bevy of games of what Dak Prescott had. Okay, so Pat Mahomes still is behind many of games, but we looking at the attempts factor. Of course, Dak Prescott is a little higher. The completion percentage, 65. Is that in your, profile there? Are you guys able to see that? Both are 65.9. Total of yards, of course, Dak Prescott got more yards. Touchdowns, 76 touchdowns to Dak Prescott 74. Let me repeat, 76 touchdowns to Dak Prescott 74. So when I press this button here, I see that Pat Mahomes is on top of that. And then QBR, the ratings that everybody loves to go by. And just like I said, stats does not tell you the whole entire situation, but you can get a grasp at what this player is able to do. 108.9, that is fire. Can I see somebody put a fire emoji in for Pat Mahomes? 108.9. Now, 94.8 is not bad at all. It's not nothing to sneeze at. All right, so here's another situation. 18 interceptions compared to 32. That's a category that you really don't want to lead in. And on top of that, we're looking at 111 sacks opposed to 45. Those two categories are terrible for Dak Prescott, right? And, of course, you can look at the rushing touchdowns. You can say, well, that's 15 touchdowns. That's 15 touchdowns. That's a lot of money, right? Somebody calculate 15 times 6 for me and let me know how much money that is, right? That's close to what, 80, 89, what is 90? 15 times 6, that's about 90, right? 90 points on the board for Dak Prescott. So we can't discount touchdowns. That's 90 points. That's a lot of money, right? So what I want people to look at it from a game-to-game basis, yes, Pat Mahomes is next level nasty. If you look at this category down here, 300 yards, man, that's nasty. 252 yards for Dak Prescott. So different offenses, different type of categories, right? So somebody going to say, it's blasphemous, man, for you to pull up Dak Prescott stats opposed to or compared to a money Pat Mahomes. All right, so now that we got that off the chest, right? So what should be the next tier? I think that we should look at this thing collectively and say to ourselves, this should be the next tier. This should be the next tier for Dak Prescott. He should be a tier below Pat Mahomes. And what is the tier below Pat Mahomes? It's definitely not a $30 million difference or $40 million difference or $100 million difference. It is exactly where he belongs. Anywhere from 35 to maybe 37 million a year. That is how I'm looking at it. And that is how I think that Dak Prescott agent is trying to pitch this. And it was trying to tell Jerry Wayne Jones, look, if you guys really, really want to pay Dak Prescott a fair, reasonable, or within reasonable contract, you might want to do it before Pat Mahomes. And here's why. Because his numbers are so close to one another that you're going to end up paying Dak Prescott more money when Pat Mahomes signs. Why is that possible, Law? It's because we got to factor in the wins. We got to factor in the fact that this guy, he didn't put up numbers in a different type of system, in a run-first system. On top of that, you comparing his numbers to a person that's in a run-first system opposed to somebody that you know for sure that's all they're going to do is pass that rock. So that's why it's always important to go ahead and pay the person when the market is rendering. Let me repeat. It's always important to pay that person when the market is rendering. Oh, Law, why you say that, Law? Why do you say that? Well, here's the reason why I say that. And I'm tearing up the place while we talking. Here's why we say that is because if not, you end up paying a person too much money just to keep up with everybody else. Always a lady. Really appreciate you so much for tuning in. Pay the man. Let's play ball. Dak Nabbits. Law, you think we could get Dak as less than the $40 million per? I think we can. But what happened here is that even though we try to do that, I think the ship done already sailed. I think that what happened here is we allowed 2019 to occur. And when you allow 2019 to occur, you get these type of things to happen. You get fluctuations of the dollar. And let me just pull up Dak Prescott market value and go over that as well. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank those who follow this page. Thank those who subscribe and these sorts of things. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's go. I'm pulling up Dak Prescott stats and numbers now, and let's see what his market value is. We're gonna pull up his market value and see what we can come up with out of that. And that's why everything is close. I want somebody in the chat box to type in what they think Dak Prescott market value is, and we can roll from there. Type it in the chat box. Speak now or forever hold your peace, right? Shout out to those that's here. Rush Turner, really appreciate you. The Cowboys have shot themselves in the foot. Yeah. The same situation. Let me see if I can type this in. Come on, baby. Yeah, work with me. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. All right. I put the link of Spoke Track down in the description box for those who are in need of getting there. 32, 36, 35.4. Nah. Ghost Killer is really close on the market value. Let's just pull it up right quick. Really appreciate you all. Bam. All right, so we're going to pull up this market value situation right quick. And trust me when I say this, Cowboy Nation. It is what it is. And here we go. Bam. 33.9. That's his market value. Now, before the start, just hear me out. Before the start of 2019, you know what his market value was then? His market value at that time was $22 million. How much of a spike, how much of an increase that is? If you guys can guess, from 22 to 33.9, that's already, you can round that up to $34 million. And the market increase every year. Let me repeat, the market increase every year. The Dallas Cowboys could have gotten away with murder almost if they were to go ahead and sign Dak Prescott before the start of 2019. After the 2018 season, they could have just said, you know what, 22 million is hard for us to swallow, but I tell you what, here's 28 million. I guarantee you, Dak Prescott camp would have been like, you know what? Yes, I'm signing. I might as well sign with a permanent marker, and on top of that, with a red permanent marker at that. But what they did is they played coy with it, and this is what the results are. Just to keep this thing funky for you all. Do you guys remember there was a guy named D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence? Y'all remember him? Don't you know that when we put that franchise tag on him, Twine, all it did was elevate his market value, because all he did was performed even better. Matter of fact, to be honest with you all, that first year, I think that he performed even better than what he did the second year under the franchise. But everybody was talking about, man, he's no Khalil Mack. He's no Khalil Mack, Daddy. Remember that? Go back and rewind these episodes that I've been doing, right? And then you will find out and realize, man, dog, he's no Khalil Mack. But we wanted to say, okay, respect D-Law because of the fact that, hey, this guy played and put his body on the line. And remember, I said you only gauge players out for 3 years, not 2. That's the norm. You at least put 3 years in between. You can't pay a person after 2 or pay a person after 1. But they used D-Law's, I guess, projections, and they coupled it with Khalil Mack, and they erased one of the years, and they came up with this number and said, okay, within the last 2 years, D-Law is putting up Khalil Mack type of production. So therefore, we're going to bend and pay him Khalil Mack's type of money. And that's just how it goes. And shout out to D-Law. I love the fact that he got paid, but I hate the fact that a lot of times the Cowboys had to sully and denigrate his name and cast aspersions upon him and said that, hey, this brother's not worth it. You know, we had so many people hitting me up saying that D-Law is not worth it. And all that does is sully the waters. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying, Cowboy Nation, with that D-Law situation. Let me know. I want to know. Like Joe used to sing, I want to know. All right, the phone lines are open, 682-214-4087. Give me a dial. Give me a call. This phone line is open for your mind. I want to know how you guys feel about Ray Dakota Prescott, how you guys feel about Pat Mahomes. Oh, I'm sorry. Money Pat Mahomes. He making a whole type of paper now, baby. All right. From Texas. What's up, man? You live 409. Speak your mind.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Turn your radio down if possible. Let's go.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You got me?
I got you, fam. You're live. Talk to me.
Nah, man. I was just 40 for 10 years. That's still, man, we were looking at that at getting 40 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think for Pat, man, like people were thinking about like 45. If he would have said 45 for 5, nobody would have been mad. And then next, and that 6th year, ultimately, he probably could have been worth $50 million. You know what I mean? So, in 10 years from now, I think 10 years from now, what's the next quarterback gonna be paid 10 years from now, and if COVID and the cap, situation doesn't, go crazy, I think, you have a quarterback making well over $50 million a year. But maybe these NFL insiders know something we don't know. With maybe the money, projected to go down. Who knows what the revenue taking a hit this year is going to, have an effect on the years to come. But 40 for 10 years, that's a steal, man.
Yeah, that is a flat-out robbery, is a steal. And I believe it's going to be a performance-based contract, meaning that after 3 years he can go back, or after 4 years he can go back and then say, hey, I outperformed this little 10-year contract. I want more money. But when you covet somebody and you respect that person, that would not be a problem. And it's a little risk on him, too, because if his play, dare I say, decline or by any chance, major injury or what have you, they can really, shortchange him and cut him, because I think that $140 million is only guaranteed. And I'm saying only loosely, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And that kind of takes care of maybe the first 3 years if you pay him flat out $40 million. But even then, if $140 million is guaranteed, I mean, that ultimately means that, you can pay him $40 million, like I said, for 3 years, and by his 4th year, everything else isn't guaranteed, and you really wouldn't take a cap hit, like you said, if they were, to want to cut him. But maybe that's the confidence he has in himself.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't explain it from Pat Mahomes. From his standpoint, that's just his character. Ultimately, I don't think we need to press Dak to ultimately do something like this, because that's not they're just two different guys. But I wouldn't be mad to be a Chiefs fan right now just to know that our quarterback just we got the best quarterback in the league, and he just took a team-friendly deal. I'm kind of envious.
Yeah, and and guess what? The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, right?
They just won a Super Bowl.
They just won a Super Bowl, but this is the first time the national media is doing a topic on it. If this was Dallas Cowboys, this would have been.
Man, we get the ratings, man. They're making money off Kansas City.
Right. And watch this. I guarantee you, my bottom dollar, that all of these episodes tomorrow and beyond will be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, comparing Dak Prescott to Pat Mahomes, and they'll bring in all types of records and all types of down and out distance. They will have everything possible to stretch this news out, but it's only going to be in relations to the Dallas Cowboys, not about the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't give two you-know-whats about the Kansas City Chiefs in their marketing and their media.
Hey, that's crazy, man. You think about because Christian McCaffrey, he's not that. They didn't have any steam. It's just that you play for Carolina, so they didn't say nothing about paying him $16 million a year. So
nothing.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. So that's a great point on that, man. And I don't know, man. I don't see how people I don't know, man. You just want to. People just want to hate, bro. So it is what it is. But that's pretty good on Pat Mahomes' standpoint. But appreciate it, love.
Anytime, man.
Hey, and good look on that Amari Cooper video, man. I'm glad you posted it.
Yeah, man. It was good stuff, man. Thank you so much for putting that in my ear, man.
All right, bro. Until next time, man.
Peace. That's a good call, man. 682-214-4087. The phone line for your mind. Speak your mind, speak your truth, speak your heart. Whether or not you love Dak Prescott or hate him or anti-Dak, there's a better way to say it, or you're pro-Dak. Call in. Or if you just want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, signing this guy for allegedly $40 million a year, 10 years, $450 million within the confines of that contract. And also, how it goes with Kansas City Chiefs, they don't bring up a lot of their stuff. They don't bring up a lot of Kansas City Chiefs throughout the media because it don't sell anything. But the Dallas Cowboys, man, they had multiple pieces on the Dallas Cowboys, multiple pieces about the young Ezekiel Elliott and his dogs, what have you. Multiple conversational pieces about who else they had this offseason. Oh, Jalen Smith and beyond, Tank. That's all they talk about. You would think if you was an alien from outer space that there would be probably 2 to 3 teams in the NFL. And Dallas Cowboys being the 2 teams out of the 3. You wouldn't think that there would be any other team in the NFL, because this is how much they talk about the Dallas Cowboys on these networks or what have you. So it's crazy. It's flat out crazy when you think about it. 682-214-4087 is the number. Give me a call. Speak your mind with the phone line. Let me see what we got here. What's going on with this phone? Come on. Yo, you're live on the Nation.
No, it's Young in Hawaii.
Yes, indeed. I saw your number on the screen there. I said, let me pick up. I don't know why it's not going through the computer, but we can still wrap it up. What's good?
Oh, man, I just wanted to say, man, this whole Pat Mahomes is a $400 million contract. Why is it that people say when we pay the quarterback too much, degrade the team? It takes more than one person to win a Super Bowl.
True.
That quarterback Mahomes, he's all right. But look what's the coach for the Chiefs?
Andy Reid.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Reid. Remember what Reid did in Philly with McNabb?
Mm-hmm.
Signed him long term. Couldn't get any linemen to block. Couldn't get any running back. Had to trade away assets to get players to come in. They made that one run to the Super Bowl. From then, they got Carson Wentz, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a name, Hurt. Now, I think Dak like the chat room thinks Dak is going to be gone next year, it behooves him to stay on the Dallas Cowboys. He doubles up his money next year if they do him on another franchise exclusive. If they do trade for two first-rounders, you're not guaranteed a quarterback. I don't like us going in with Dalton as a quote-unquote maybe a starter next year. What happens if he runs the table this year? Like Dak, let's just say, hypothetically, he runs 13-3, goes into the Super Bowl, wins or not, he gets us there. How does Jerry come back from that? I think Jerry's made the biggest mistake of his life with Steven by sitting on Dak.
Yeah.
He should have took care of Dak last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went backwards on this one from what normal trend was. They took care of all of the pieces of the pie first, and then said, let's go take care of the main guy afterwards. Other players that we paid, their contracts are tradable, except maybe Zeke. But you can get those. The bonuses are good luck to the Chiefs for winning another Super Bowl. Because they got 2 years to do it. Because Mahomes has got 2 years left on his first contract. His first round 5-year contract, correct?
Right. He got 2 years left, so this will be an extension. And collectively, this will be a 12-year deal, basically.
It's a 12-year deal. I've never seen a quarterback laugh. I mean, I did. You don't see the production as they get older. You do see it get better, but it takes a team to win a Super Bowl. It doesn't just take the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite understand our fan base.
Yeah, you know how it goes, man. We are a volatile fan base, and we're so high when it's winning season, and then we get super low. It's like everybody got to go when it's a losing season. So it's one of those things. Like a lot of people they can't stand Amari Cooper. They say that he can't play on the road. He's horrible. He's trash. But they don't take under the consideration of who we had for the head coach, and they don't take under consideration how this team played collectively.
Correct, and I totally agree with you. Take Maher and he makes a couple of kicks.
That's a team-friendly deal. They needed that deal bad. Tyrone Smith type deal to give them room to work years down the road. Mind blowing off a Super Bowl in that long of a deal they want to win.
I'm like, you can pay him. You can pay him, you can pay everybody else, as long as the cap doesn't go down.
Yeah.
The cap is going to go down this year. I don't think we have a season this year. We're not going to have preseason, so that your billionaires are going to be crying because they ain't going to make the extra money. The only time they're going to make extra money is if they have the season, go into the playoffs.
No doubt.
I don't see that happening. Even with the billionaires putting their heads together trying to figure out this, I think this little microscopic virus has taken a hold of this whole country, the world, and paying somebody futures of $400 million to play a sport, either you're stupid or you're the smartest organization in the world.
No doubt, man. I got some more callers calling in, Young, so I'm going to have to end this one. But I really appreciate you so much, my brother.
Take care.
All right, salute. All right, so let me see if I can fix my phone line. It's just going straight to my phone opposed to my cell phone opposed to going to the web. So bear with me for a few seconds here, and I'm going to get this thing going the best way possible. So hold off on calling me right now. Let me see if I can fix this phone line because it's going straight to my celly phone. It's crazy. But appreciate you, my dog, Antoine, for making the donation to help grow the nation, man. He says it's a pretty much, I think that you was reading. Let me read this thing right quick. Come on, computer. I got so many things going. All right, give me a few seconds, Cowboy Nation. Matter of fact, while that's doing that, let me give you guys some of this music action while I fix this thing up. It's like a quick commercial break, baby. Let's go. right, so I hope I finished this phone line thing off, man. If you just called in, try to call back in and see if you can get through now. 682-214-4087 is the number. Give me a call and let me know if you can get through from there. So pretty much we was talking about the Dak Prescott angle, the fact that a lot of people think that Dak Prescott is trash. A lot of people think that Dak Prescott does not deserve this type of money. A lot of people kind of like look at it like, okay, this is what should have been done if we had a proven quarterback. I'm remind a lot of people that having a proven quarterback is hard to find. It's not nothing that you can just say, okay, this has got. There we go. 512, man. What's new, man? You're live on the nation.
Yeah. Warm it up, so Law. You know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Philly Notion, your favorite Eagle troll. You know we in the building, brother. Hey, I just had to talk to you, man. I see, y'all dealing with a little situation right now in Dallas land with Patrick Mahomes getting the bag, on behalf of the Eagle culture. We laughing, bruh. Talk to me, man. I'm trying to understand this, man. Why did it get to this point, Law? Like, I need to know, man. I gotta educate my people to let them know why this is going on in Dallas land.
Why this is going on in Dallas land, But I think what's going on in Dallas land is still a good thing. Matter of fact, I'm lying. It's a great thing, and here's why. You want to know why?
Oh, yeah.
You want to know why? Because we didn't pay 100. Like my granddaddy used to say. He didn't say 100. He said 100. We didn't pay $107 million guaranteed to our quarterback. Then in return, draft a quarterback in the second round.
Okay.
His name is,
that was insurance policy.
Insurance. That's one hell of an insurance policy, man. You could have got the guy in the fourth or the fifth. You could have got an insurance policy in the fourth or the fifth. You mean to tell me you got to take out that much of, dare I say, draft capital for insurance policy? What do that say? What do that means?
Listen, Law.
Talk to me. Educate me, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn.
We have what's called a GM.
Okay.
And one of the things our GM actually does is we got future sight thinking of plans and things. So, with this whole COVID mess that's going on in the world, everybody faces a potential 2-week, injury plan. We got a plan in place, Law. We already good for our potential 2-week injury plan if needed. What y'all got? Andy Dalton? Y'all trust that?
So you telling me that Jalen Hurts, rookie, never played a down in the NFL, he's a better insurance policy than an Andy Dalton?
In my opinion, brother, yes. I'm gonna take the unknown with Jalen Hurts over Andy Dalton just because we have what's called a coach also. We've got Doug Peterson. Quarterback guru. I mean, keep in mind, we understand, your organization and your fan base is going to always say, well, Foles won the ring and blah, blah, blah. But who coached up Foles? Let's not try to act like Foles was a franchise quarterback. We know he got the job done for us when he needed to. But all that is credit to Doug Peterson. We have a mastermind coach that knows what he's doing. So I trust that, yes, he's going to get Jalen Hurts up to speed if needed. Of course, us Eagles, we don't want to see Jalen Hurts, for no extended period. But we have confidence that Doug Peterson can get it done.
So hold on, pump the brakes a little bit. So you got a team that went to the playoff pretty much 3 years in a row, right?
Oh, yes.
And the person that you paid $107 million guaranteed had no influences, no dealings with that particular playoff victories that you guys so happened to get there. And on top of that, 2 out of the last time that you guys made it to the playoff, the person that you paid the $107 million to was not to be found. You know, to me personally, I don't care how you guys try to compare Dak Prescott to, dare I say, a Carson. But can you spit out some of the Carson Wentz playoff stats or what have you, or the victories that he have? I just want to know, you know, because yeah. Point it out to me, but bring it up to me because I really want to know what he got on the table.
Listen. All I need to do is say 2017 year. Who do you think set that Super Bowl run up? Carson Wentz did, sir. You know who did it. The whole nation knows who did it. Foles didn't do it. Foles got the job done because he was coached by a GOAT, Doug Peterson. But we know who set that. We know who set that run up.
You know it does not make sense because here you go. You just said that you elevated the coach, right? And he can do it. But all I'm saying is the only person that ever won a Super Bowl for your franchise is gone. He's not there. And Super Bowls do not grow on trees. So with that philosophy, with that thinking, yes, we have not done anything since 1995, but at least we know how to win when we get there. And with your particular team, it's going to seem like to me, just going off of logic sense, it may be another 60 years before you guys win another one because the only person that ever won a Super Bowl, he's gone. And y'all built a statue and erected in his name out there in Philly land. Let me know if I'm wrong. Lie. Let me know.
Hey, look, we built the statue for him, you know what I'm saying? That's always going to be there. That's it.
Get one more word in.
We always respect Foles.
Yeah, I'm going to let you get one more word in before I let you go. But go ahead.
Brother. Indeed, brother. Hey, look. I just want to let y'all know, pay Dak. That's all I'm saying. Pay Dak. Give the man the bag. Don't let Mahomes show y'all out. Pay Dak. We want to see that for years to come. So I'm putting y'all. Fly, Eagles, fly, brother. Keep doing your work, man. Keep your firework up, Law. Love it, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Salute.
Always.
Philly Notion. The ideal of Philly, right? That's what Notion means, an ideal, right? I can't believe Philadelphia Eagles fans calling in on here and thinking I'm going to fold up like a lawn chair or wallet. Man, come on now. Come on. 978, man, call back in, man. I saw you call, but you ran away. But I love Philadelphia Eagles fan because they always say that we're delusional. But they have a mathematical problem. They have a problem where it relates to money because they don't understand that 1 is on the bottom end of Super Bowls and 5 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 3, and 5 is greater than 4, right? And they don't know how to do their levels of understanding. Let me go right here. 956, you in the mix.
Law Nation, how you doing? It's the Lunatic, a.k.a. Ray from Fort Worth. How you doing?
Ray from Fort Worth, the Lunatic. What's good, man? It's been a long time because we haven't did any shows as of lately, but I love it when you call in, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, appreciate it. Listen, I thought the fireworks were on Saturday. Here it is, 400 million plus today. Mm-hmm. Listen, the Kansas City Chiefs found their franchise quarterback with a 10th overall pick. Mm-hmm. The She-Gals think they found their fragile, injury-prone quarterback with a 2nd overall pick. We found our franchise quarterback in the 4th round. Ooh. Both paid what they think their quarterback is worth. We are going to sign Dak to a long-term contract with numbers that we think are worthy, that he has earned, and he will lead us to the number 6 again. Number 6. Philly, not 1. Number 6. Even the Deadskins are laughing at your one measly Super Bowl.
Yeah. That was given to him, but now they earned it. But it's about given to him because of Bill Belichick and his, I guess, I am the god of football thought tracker benching one of his best cornerbacks in that particular game and not even allow him to play. But that's a story of a different day.
Definitely. And Philly Nation can say about his coaching, listen, the one that won it is now in Indianapolis coaching the Colts that really won it for them, not Peterman.
Yeah.
It was together. They're going to learn. We got Jason Garrett out of here. We got a new coaching staff. Mm-hmm. We've got promise. Mm-hmm. And trust me, their window is going to be 1 year because next year their wonderful GM had them over $30 million over the cap. for next year. That he failed to mention that about his wonderful GM. We are set for years to come. All we have to do, though, is it's just going to be a couple of numbers here and there because of the contract by Mahomes. But again, Jerry does it his way, but it's still his money.
Yeah.
But he's got money. He's got that money. He knows he loves Dak. He's going to show Dak the contract. He's going to say, I trust in you. I trust in what McCarthy can do with you. And I know the Cowboys are going to be hosting that number 6 Lombardi trophy again. Remember that.
No doubt, man. I can't wait for it to happen, man. And it's close. We got everything in place. It's just that Jerry Wayne is doing Jerry Wayne things, right?
Exactly. Hey,
what else you have for the show?
I'm good. That's it. Just stay safe, Cowboys Nation. Don't worry. Whether we're in the stadiums or not, it's going to be the same Lombardi trophy as those other 5 in there. And that's 4 more than those damn she-gals.
Hell yes. Really appreciate you, brother.
Have a great one.
You as well. That's a good call from the Lunatic, man. It's just that, man, he calls in, man. It just reshaped my mind. I saw when he was trying to continue to call. And I was like, I got to get him in here. I got to squeeze this brother in here so we can get some of that knowledge he's spitting out. And I love to hear what he have to say. Shout out to Cowboys Fan 91. Shout out to Strong. Really appreciate you. That 4th round stuff got to go out of the window. He want to get paid more than everybody else. And this is from Strong. I really appreciate you, brother. I don't know, man, how we can ever let that 4th round stuff go out the window. Because everybody knows that when you get drafted, sometimes you just get held right at that spot. And even when you're an undrafted guy, they still talk about the way that Tony Romo was undrafted, right? And they still talk about all of that through his entire career. And they still talk about that with Tom Brady, 6th round draft pick. You're just going to hear your draft pick always be called out. What's up with you, Nolan, man? Really appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the nation. Aaron, on my Facebook group says final numbers shows Mahomes deal is at $450 million. I think I saw that too over here. And it is what it is. It is exactly what it is. I don't know why my phone line is acting crazy. Come on, jump over here. Let me just do it like this. Let me do it. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Call back in. Call back in. 682-214-4087. I'm going to see if I can just unlink my phone collectively and see if it can go through now. Really appreciate you all. Thank everybody for being part of the nation. 682-214-4087. So far, it still don't go through, right? Yeah, now it's going straight to my phone. All right, so let me just end all of this, man. I apologize in advance, man, about this phone groove. Somehow it's just not working today. It's not working at all. It worked for a second, then it goes away. So, unfortunately, we're going to end the phone lines. My thing is, I'm going to say this parting words right here, will be this. Football will always be a team sport, regardless of how you look at it. Also, with the organization, the way the Cowboys are, it goes beyond the team sport aspect of it. It goes like this. Jerry is about making paper, making dollars, making them things holler. And Jerry Wayne, he does not lose when he's talking about money and marketing and things like that. That's just how it goes. Now, the craziest thing of it all is that we will always see the picture being painted as the players being greedy. The players want too much that they can handle, right? We always see those type of things coming from left to right on how people love to say that, man, these players are greedy. When in reality of it, you're just one hit away for being folded up like a wallet and never walking again. And the owners, they sitting back drinking their Mai Tais, drinking their iced tea, their coffee, their libations, wherever it may be, and they can just go out and get another player. So that will be the situation here. Chiefs, and here's what Matthew says over here. Really appreciate you. The Chiefs and the quarterback, Pat Mahomes, have agreed to a 10-year extension. This actually is worth $503 million, sources from Tom, however you say this man's last name. So he gets $477 million in guaranteed mechanisms. I don't know if that is that really $477 million in guaranteed. Is that really an accurate statement there? God, dog. Philly Notion dropping the $3 in, basically saying fly, Eagles, fly to the land of no victories, basically. Akeem, what's good? Law, my brother from another mother. Salute to you. Yes, salute to you. Versick, Wentz, and Dak are two of the same coin. Yeah. Cut from two of the different cloths, but remember 2011 World Series? This is Nolan. Yeah. Can you guys start hashtagging to trade me? This is Carson Wentz that's in the chat box here. Really appreciate you, Carson. What does this mean for Dak? This is from Mendoza. All right, so what this means for Dak Prescott, Rain Dakota Prescott, is that eventually, the Dallas Cowboys got to jump off their high horse and pay the man. That's what is going on with that, because that's the only way that I can see it, basically. So for now, for all of those people who thought Dak was asking for too much money, guess how much Dak is going to get now? This is from Dennis Clay, $450 million. I think that Dak Prescott would not get $450 million, but I do think that Dak Prescott payday is right around the corner, and I think that he will get like a 4-year deal. That's what he want, and he's going to get anywhere from 115 to 120 guaranteed. That's what I'm looking at it as. Versick, I want people to know that Dak and Wentz are two sides of the same coin. They both cover each other's strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay. Not bad at all. I don't know. I don't know how many people will think that Carson Wentz is light years ahead of Dak Prescott. But I would tell you guys this right here. He's not. Carson Wentz is not light years ahead of Dak Prescott. They are in the same room. They drafted in the same year. I think that the Super Bowl ring that Carson Wentz got, or what have you, he would never wear that ring out in public. I think that he would like to earn his own. And so far, the historical data shows and support that Carson Wentz, he get injured. So that's why Philly Notion called in, and he's saying that they made a wise insurance package or insurance policy. It's because that organization, from a political aspect, they went and gave the man $107 million guaranteed, but it was off of false hopes because they don't trust him. That's why they went and got a Jalen Hurts. So that's just how I look at it. All right, so let's see who else over here. Man, I'm just trying to get all of you guys' questionings out. Natasha, really appreciate you so much for holding it down. My mods always holding it down. I really appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit that share button. Subscribe for more content and other news and information out there as it relates to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. Let's see what we have here. Since Mahomes signed that deal, can they pay Tyreek Hill and more? Maybe a Travis Kelce. Also, just checking. This is from Jordan Daniel. That's a good question. Let me see. I didn't think about that. I think that the way the deal is so stretched out is that it's all in favor for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that they got some escape hatches and clauses within there, and they could be able to pay everybody, kind of like what we did with Tyron Smith. We paid him a big chunk of change up front, and we was able to escape some of the warts that happen when you do that. All right, let's see. 2020 talk about executive Brett from 2018. They got team cap space $6.2 million. Offense, they're paying $113 million. Defense, they're paying right at $110 million, and the special teams they're paying $5 million. And I know these numbers are not updated as of July the 6th. They got $8 million. I don't think that you guys can see that. I can barely see it. $8 million in dead money on Eric Berry's. Cam Irving, who's on the Cowboys now, $1 million dead money, and some guy named Dustin, $650,000. So they got a total of $10 million in dead money. But I don't see whether or not they have a bad. Okay, I know what I can do. Bam, it's right in my face. It's right here, Cowboy Nation. Let me squeeze over here. Bam. All right. Sheesh. 2021, $180 million in liabilities. Let me see what they got now in 240, 280. They look like they straight. Sheesh. I would have to find a capologist, man, to break this down. I can't do it on the fly for you guys. But it seems as if, though, they got $6 million now. The only person that's crying about the money is Chris Jones, and I think that they are willing to part ways or let him walk, or they trying to probably going to look at it like, okay, yes, you're an interior defensive tackle. We might can part ways from you, and we're going to focus in on the offensive side of the ball. Let me know if I'm lying, Kansas City Nation. Y'all can correct me on so many things like that. But I'm going to put this is what I'm going to do, because I know you guys know more about it than I do, especially on a team that I don't follow closely. Bad Dog Sports, man. He says, sup, Law. Thank you again for coming on his channel the other night. He had a blast. Hopefully we can do it again during the season. And he says, let's go Giants. Let's go Giants, right? Shout out to Bad Dog. Check him out, man. I'm going to put it over here. Y'all check out. Just go to my YouTube page, and my other deal was taking too long. I need to update my internet speed here. But I've been live for you guys for about an hour. Check out overthecap.com. Check out the Kansas City Chiefs, I guess, cap threshold now that they signed Pat Mahomes. Let me know whether or not that was a good thing or a bad thing in the comments. And let's go. Let's find a way to figure out a way to pay Dak Prescott at the end of the day. Not just thought that up in the top of my head. And the reason why I say that is because he's the last guy to get paid, right? He's the last broom that's willing to use, that we have to use to sweep the floor, right? So let's figure out a way. And for those who are anti-Dak, my only angle to those that are anti-Dak, you would have wanted Dak Prescott not to play on his franchise tag. Why do you say that, Law? Why? You know, just like Michael Jackson said, why? Tell him that it's human nature. You know, here's why you don't want Dak Prescott to play on this particular franchise tag. I believe in the hearts of hearts that Mike McCarthy knows how to improve quarterbacks, and on top of that, knows football stuff. So if this season starts, or if this season begins, you will see a better Dak Prescott, especially with the amount of weapons that we have around Dak Prescott. And on top of that, with the cherry on the top of the pie, is this right here. The market value, the price tag for Dak Prescott will go up. It's going to be high. So that's why you would want Dak Prescott to play on his franchise tag. You would want him to get this 4-year deal, $35, $36, $37 million annually, whatever it may be, and we move on after 4 years if it's somehow not for your likings. Or you would have wanted the Dallas Cowboys before the start of all of this to put a tender on Dak Prescott and say, okay, here's 2 firsts, or here's a first and a conditional third if you guys want to pick up Dak Prescott. Nevertheless, Jerry Wayne Jones or the Jones family, Charlotte Jones, Stephen Jones, whoever handled the money, Jerry Jr., whoever handles the money, they dropped the ball because they waited too long. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing And I mean nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's listening in to some of this stuff, man. You guys know that I got to see some fire emojis out there, right? Yeah, give me some fire, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. Come on, nation. Let's go. Yeah, let's get this thing going the best way, the right way possible. Before I go, I just gotta see some fire emojis, man. I gotta feel the heat. I want you guys to represent this day the best way possible. Let's go. Let's give me some of that fire emojis in this thing. Had to restart it. You know how this thing go, Cowboy Nation. They say a prize fighter, even when he's down, even when he's losing, even when people thought that he cannot continue to swing, he continued to swing. He continued to find ways and options to knock people out and leave them with the raggedy tooth, right? So there I say, these Dallas Cowboys, look, we've been cast out. People been saying that we can't do this and we can't do that. But I want to remind people that just because we look like what we looked like 5 years ago, right? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or even 10 years ago, this is not the same case nor the scenario, because now we have a different flavor, a different flow to things. A coach that's going to come in here, and it's not just by Mike McCarthy by himself. No, I don't want you to paint yourself in a corner with that. Everything that you love by the Minnesota Vikings defense, don't you know that he's our defensive assistant coordinator? Don't you know he got his hands in the mix? Oh, not just there, Al Harrison. Oh, Maurice Lindquist. The defense is going to be different just by that change alone. We no longer have Papa Rob Marinelli, right? We no longer have the old situation of Planet Taco Charlton, right? We got some real true football stuff around here in these Dallas Cowboys parks. We do. We flat out do. But let me tell you this. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, right? If you, my friend, can make allowance for their doubting too, and not be hanging around with those who are telling you those lies, right? If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you spoke and twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for broken and stooped and build back up again with worn out tools, huh? If you could take one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and loss, to lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe one word of your loss, right? If you can walk with kings and legends like the Roger Starbacks, right? Troy Aikmans, Emmitt Smith, the Michael Irvins, and never breathe one word of all of the things and lose faith and lose height of where the moment is, right? If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, huh? that you, my friend, Cowboy Nation, has understood the true meaning of what it takes to be a leader. And not just that, but what it takes to be a man. And this Dallas Cowboys remixed up with these type of flavors, these type of flows. I'm telling everybody this new year, baby. Just wait on it. Close your eyes. You got Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott. You got Tony P, Tony Pollard, however you want to call it, TP. Are you with me? Sedarian Lamb. Oh, Amari Cooper, and as well as with Michael Gallup and Blake Jarwin's. Hey, we see the people talk about fly, Eagles fly over here, right? We heard that, right? But next year they're going to be crying Eagles cry because we got our Blake Jarwin. Who he was handcuffed many of years with Jason Witten and Jason Garrett. Those shackles are off. This offense finna be medieval, nasty. Let's continue to grind, Cowboy Nation. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Turn me up, baby. Turn me up, baby. Turn me up, baby. Hey. Oh. Peter. I can't wait till they reinstate Randy, Get Down, Gregory. Shout out to you always, lady. And Jet D, let's go. Hey. Let's go. We out, baby. Edward, Texas bred, baby. Carson Wentz.